Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon White version. Last time, we captured two legends across two realities who were one and the same guy. Different in playstyle to be sure, but the same guy no less. This time, we find ourselves back in Opaloosa City one final time, as there is nothing else left to do. Our journey is on its last leg. We're setting out for Pokémon League. So let's enjoy ourselves and have a fun adventure through this one last route. Besides, it's the calm before the storm. Thought I'd take a breather and let you take in this theme. A perfect 10 for Route 10 to be sure. This is such a grand, such a just unique theme to be a fitting end to such a grand adventure that we have had this whole time. It's very different and it's the only time that we would hear it, so I wanted to give you a chance to, well, hear it. By checking this item, we see that that's a few too many items for them to be giving us for free right off the bat, even for today's difficulty standards. This might be a Fungus, but on Route 10, you are guaranteed 2 level 40 Amoonguss, the highest possible level that can be encountered on Route 10. Again, this is an example of a Pokemon that became great in Versus much later than it was introduced. But should there be room for a Grass type on your team, you could do worse. Its gimmick is outstalling opponents with Giga Drain, Toxic, Synthesis, and Protect with leftovers of the Black Sludge. It starts out with all those moves aside from Protect as well, which you can easily teach it through TMs. Good, just not as great as many people would expect when they hear the name. I wish Bouffalant was a Tauros evolution, so what is this thing? I describe it best as raw power. It moves slow, but it can take hits and is all about doing huge damage when it gets to move. 110 attack might not seem like much, but both of its abilities make it a powerhouse. I would say that I prefer Sap Sipper under normal circumstances, but Reckless might be good too. From Reckless, the recoil moves that Bouffalant benefits from are Head Charge and starting moveset, and the soon-to-be-learned Wild Charge. I'll leave the ability choice at it's up to you because they're both awfully good. Other than that, Revenge is also in its starting moveset, and you can expect to learn the awesome Mega Horn very soon. 120 power with no negative effect other than accuracy is nothing to sneeze at, and its accuracy is not even that bad for how much power it has. I've been spamming it lately. Thanks to it being a typical normal type when it comes to TM compatibility, it learns most of the good physical moves out there. If there's still room for a heavy hitter, especially if you need a bug type move to finish your team, Bouffalant can be a fun choice. Only for us white users, Rufflet. Why does everything in Unova have to evolve at level 89? Well, okay, 54 in this case, but it's not much better because it's not going to evolve before the end of our journey unless you're willing to grind for several hours. That's almost 20 levels higher than when it's caught, and it's like the strength of a P-Dove until then. On the plus side, its stats aren't horrible for an unevolved Pokemon, but obviously not up to code with what we've been fighting for ages now. It's a weird Pokemon with high HP, high attack, and okay speed, and what you'd expect from a flying-type physical attacker is definitely not this. A positive is that it at least starts with Aerial Ace, Slash, and Hone Claws, but that's really all I can say. It's downright boring in the way of moves otherwise, aside from the Rock Slide TM. If it were available a little bit sooner and evolved before the year 2038, then maybe it could have been a pretty decent apology for the horribly botched P-Dove earlier in the game. But as it stands, it's just not useful. So does Black version fare much better? Nah, of course not. While Vullaby's stats might not be horrible for an unevolved Pokemon, once again, it also suffers the problem that it has no chance of evolving early enough to actually do anything. It's the opposite of Rufflet in that it focuses on HP defense and special defense. While it might be helpful to have immunities to Ground and Psychic, I honestly think it's worse than Rufflet, and that's saying a lot. In addition to the problems with Rufflet, its attacking stats are so laughable even when it's fully evolved, and it's a shame because I think the type had potential to be fun and its moves aren't bad, it just can't use them very well. Here we're seeing something that I like a lot about using Hilbert. Well, okay, it didn't happen there because it outsped me though, but using Clear Smog to counter the Dragon Dance on all these dragon types that we're coming into contact with, great strategy, didn't get much, well, I think I did have one chance to do it against Iris, but point still stands, I wanted to talk about that because it's a great move, and that's just one of many applications that you could have for it. And Electric, I don't think we fought one of these before. Fine, see what I like about you, Hilbert, you know? I give you the most kind, loving, accepting, non-discriminatory upbringing that a pile of trash could ever hope for. You know, I don't immediately hate you and call you uncreative like everyone else does. And what do? You perform like that, and then you... Oh, right, you have no... Crap! I was gonna say you perform like that, and then you go and become the leader of a gang. I work so hard for you, and I cook, and I clean, and I do all these things for you, and I make you into a compost heap from all my cooking and cleaning, and yet you go around and treat me like that. Good. Terabyte, at least you were able to take care of it. Twice now that I forgot about that family having no weakness, even though it's their main selling point. I'm slipping a little bit. And let's do the Moxie. Okay, good. That's not bug type. Oof, I was worried there. Excelgor is damn fast and is a really good lead for a team. I have questions why it's what it's doing in the back of this person's team, because I considered using Excelgor on my team for a little while for that very reason, just how fast it is. It has a good U-turn. Its bug buzz hurts a lot. Thought for sure it was gonna do a bug buzz on me right there, but maybe he didn't know that the one who survived fierce battles is you. I guess now technically I've survived 2 fierce battles in this area, so that's much as true. But yeah, I considered Excelgor for the team for a while, and I thought we were gonna get to see what makes it so great right there, but didn't seem to be the case because he did a less than spectacular job of raising it and giving it a good moveset. I like it a lot though. I just felt it was redundant with Rock, how we have a really fast attacker that uses U-turn that's good as a lead anyway. That's why I didn't go for it. Let's have a fight against a veteran. I'm the best around. Here can you possibly be a match for me? It kind of matched the tune of the song that I was going for. By my standards, okay? Veteran Carla Maractus. I won't make fun of you. For all I know, maybe that Maractus could have saved your butt in the war. You got a Cryogonal, I got a Hex, which is kind of like a Cryogonal, but better because it has an X at the end. Take it to the fridge that you are, and that it is. Oh. On the plus side, I know I'm surviving this just fine. I love you, Hex, and how hard you try, and how high all of your different stats are. You're a good wall. I'm just picking up all the kids that were last to get picked in PE off of the ground and showing them a good time. I did that for Ottawa, now I'm doing that for Hex, and well, Hex will never grow into a beautiful bearded lady samurai, but still pretty good, still pretty good. I think you've been proving yourself, and I'm really happy to have you here. That all good to go. We move on. I thought that was my rappel wearing off. Stop! Blair! Drayden and Professor Juniper told me you're heading for the Pokémon League, right? That am true. Since it's Alder, since it's the champion, I think it'll be alright. Worst case scenario, you'll be battling Team Plasma's boss, N. I need to know if you can handle it. Look at you, turning into a big-time rival, getting the jump on the competition. Usually they wait till the end of Victory Road to stop us. Sharon is starting off his battle with his usual lead of Unpheasant, level 43, normal flying type, super luck for its ability, holding a scope lens, very complimentary, with the moves Razor Wind, Detect, Air Slash, and Taunt. I hope you're gonna go for the Detect, but you're probably going for Taunt. No! I make the good call this time. I'm learning. Only has a flying type move, so if you have anything that resists flying, it can't really do much to you. Heck, Rock would probably be a good switch in, but we're gonna give the limelight to Hilbert because he seems interested in turning his life around. Razor Wind. I'm not a fan of setup moves at all, and I remember Razor Wind and Skull Bash just being way too low in power to justify that sort of thing. You're not even invulnerable to damage from most moves on it. I will use everything that I've learned on this journey. If you learn how to use antidotes, that might help you in the current situation. Okay, yes, and the poison damage is taking you out. Good, good, good. Can't really do a lot to you. Pretty good. Hilbert grows to level 45. Simipour, he is going to have the monkey with the type, with Gluttony for its ability, holding the item of the type. Has the moves Lick, the move of its type, Leer, and Fury Swipes. How it's going to be, follow in a pattern. I think you know how his team works by this point. I would rag on him for keeping the monkey on his team after so long, but really, he has the one that's actually kind of worth carrying, because we have not seen all that many good water types. We had Jellicent, and I guess Basculin was okay because there was not that much else in the competition, but still, it's not a lot. Scald in my garbage. I was gonna say that Hilbert could totally take another one of those because it's probably had hot coffee spilled on it and its life is trash. All right, Haywire, you take this out. Maybe we can get ourselves a charge beam buff by taking you down. Been a while since I've gotten on that power trip. Power trip, electric type. Come on, gimme. Yes, and a pointless critical hit. I miss Haywire's main glowing more when it was a Blitzel and just getting that. Whoa, Serperior. I got a type effective move against you. His starter is the starter with the fully evolved with the type and the ability, holding the leftovers with the moves Giga Drain, Leaf Blade, Coil, and Slam. You see there that he used Coil, raising his accuracy, attack, and defense. That's a very good move. I like that a lot. Serperior does not have the best stats for what it is and doesn't really have the best type either. Coil makes it able to perform a lot better than it might have been able to otherwise. This also is not working out very well because you're going to be walling me with that defense. This is no. I can't do this. I need to get out of here. I really need to get out of here. Haywire, you might have the do I get greedy is the thing. No, I'm actually, as much as I miss going on my power trip, are you gonna go for Giga Drain or are you gonna go for Leaf Blade is the thing. I'm gonna bank on Hex. Not gonna lie, this put me in a bit of an awkward spot, so when I said, Hex is a good tank, but not against physical moves. Rock, I need you to come out here and nuke this thing right away. It's got +2 defense, but I think you're honestly our best chance. Come on, do this for me. At least I was truthful and had a very good example of when I was saying Coil's a good move that complements Serperior's abilities nicely, because that move is what makes it what it is. Without it, it's not all that great. Come on. Look at that. It took that acrobatics from Rock like a champ. Come on. Faster than me. I'm gonna go into Defeatist at least, I'm pretty sure. Serperior. I'm just saying, that doesn't buff your critical hit chance, in case you forgot. In case you're cheating. Huh? Ottawa or Haywire. Oh gosh, this is ew, is what this is. This is ew. Ottawa, Aqua Jet's not gonna do enough. I have to go for Mega Horn here. Leaf Blade, please be bulky enough to take this. I don't know if I'm happy or sad that that wasn't a critical. Come on, guys! I'm kind of happy that I'm having a challenge a little bit, but against a Serperior? Really? I'm not happy about that this is the thing of all things that is taking me apart. I don't think Black and White is all that challenging. That's kind of another reason why I haven't been freaking out over the difficulty too much. I think that Lenora can be hard. I think Berg is hard under certain circumstances, and I certainly think that Elisa is really challenging as well, but after that, I think the game just kind of gets easier. It's the early battles that are so tough. Come on! Terabyte? Please? I got myself into trouble. I didn't get greedy. I got out at a good time, and yet... Please. I need... Wow! I, on the other hand, gotta buck up my ideals. For those of you that thought I was having too easy of a time or that I was overpowered, there you go. There's my comeuppance. There you are. Now is not the time for modesty, is what he says if you say no. Worst case scenario. Okay, so he continues on from here. Let's try that again and hopefully do a little bit better that time. I also think it's really funny that I consider Liepard and Serperior the worst members of his team, and they were the two that were still up at the end. Okay, I've come with a new strategy. I'm gonna be opening with Hex instead. What I'm thinking is, while he goes for Detect, I'm gonna go for Acid Armor. He's not going for Detect. Are you going for Taunt? As long as you're not going for, well, if you're going for Air Slash, I'm not gonna take much damage to Razor Wind. Okay, I can take that. Razor Wind's gonna hit us at the end of this turn, so to prepare for that, I'm doing Light Screen. Good, good. There's the tanking prowess that I like so much. Maybe you'll go for Detect now? No, you're not doing that, even though I got an Ice Beam with your face on it. You don't really seem to want to delay the inevitable like everyone else does. Okay, let's stop messing around. Now that I've got enough buffs under my belt, we're gonna do the Ice Beam. I want Hex to really shine and shimmer in the sunlight like the special snowflake that it is. Felt so good saying so many S sounds close together like that. Hex grew to level 46. And you're going for the Serperior right away. I thought Simipour was gonna come out next and I was gonna have to get a little bit creative. Okay. Serperior, you're faster than Cryogonal. Yeah, that's right. At least I got my buffs, and at least you're buffing your physical defense. Coil's a great buffing move, it really is. As long as I can take this hit, I should be fine. At least everything I've learned is... At least it's going faster than it was before. Leaf Blade. And with my double acid armor... Thank God that wasn't a crit. There you go. That feels good with how smug and leaf-like it is in your face. Fun fact, Smug Leaf was actually officially acknowledged by Nintendo at one point. Before you get all on their case about being like, oh, look at them trying to be all hip and young with the cool kids with the memes and failing at it. It was in a magazine, okay? It wasn't in a game of any sort. And besides, the fact they're actually talking about Pokemon, I think is pretty on topic right there. That Ice Beam still hit pretty darn hard. Sheesh, that was good. Wow. All right, well, I think I've earned my greed. I can take you out with a Charge Beam. Let's take you out with a Charge Beam. And there's my buff. Guess whose face is on this next attack? Liepard is level 43, Dark type, unburdened for its ability, actually holding a Citrus Berry, getting use out of that for once, with the moves Assurance, Night Slash, Slash, and Taunt. Night Slash, Slash. I had to kind of put a pause there for a moment though because I realized how bad that was gonna sound, and good night. Not faster than me, even though speed is your only decent stat. Thank you. You are really great. Yep, you are something else. And I mean that sincerely. Right, now I have to make your Pokemon healthy. What a bother, right? Right now, there's no way I can compete with you, Blair. So you won't even bother? If there's anything I can do to help in the battle with N, just say so. Blair, there's not much I can do to help you, but I want you to have these. That is, I believe, 6 max revives. Oh. Still, it's kind of funny. Everyone's so different. Funny? In a time like this? Come on, Sharon. Could you smile just for once? Taking everything so seriously all the time isn't going to change anything. You know, since we met our Pokemon and walked the same roads together, a lot has happened. We've all changed a lot. We found that the things we want to do and the things we can do are different for each of us, right? That's what made our journey so worth it. Somehow, all this just makes me happy. So that's what you mean. You're right that we're all different and we should all do the things that we can do. There are as many truths and ideals as there are people in Pokemon. The most important thing is that we help one another out. That's why people in Pokemon are always by each other's side. That's what I've come to think of lately. Blair, if anything happens to you or Alder, I will do everything I can to help you. That's why I have to keep training and getting stronger. Just don't be reckless, okay? He's gone. Blair, me too. I'll do my best to help if I can. So, we're on a bridge. This is the part where you tell me you like me. I wish I could say something, like, totally inspiring, you know? Okay, best foot forward. Bianca, we were on a bridge together in a dramatic moment before I'm going off to my final battle. This is the part where you tell me you like me. I'm just saying, that's how this sort of thing works. That's how you can be inspiring in said situation. Taking my max repel, I can't believe what a hard time I had with that was. Like, that was incredible. I will leave here for Victory Road. It's my hobby to win against trainers. Sounds like more of a hobby if you're that maniacal about it, but we'll take you out no less. Black Belt Corey has a sock. No, you don't. You're barefoot. Hardy, 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 harm. Aha. Gonna swap out real quick. I wanna go, can you show me? The sock might have sturdy, so getting you hit with the Rocky Helmet's gonna be nice to soften you up for the next blow. Love this item so much, just the best. You see it run on everything. Anything from an attacker to a tank. People just run it on teams in general, and you'll see Pokemon go far in tournaments that don't usually have it on them in some cases too, just showing that it's such a versatile item that makes sense to have. Bulk up, okay. You're within KO range. I don't need to be... Yes, I do. I gotta be fancy. You just got cleaned up by a hunk of garbage. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, retaliate. Retaliate! What is it with people having retaliate on their leads or on a team of only one Pokemon? We've seen that very often up to this point, and it feels like they just kind of don't care when coming up with strategies. Get a Dawnstone right there. That is an evolution item that I don't think we've seen usable on any Pokemon up to this point. At least I don't think we have. Hence why I said I don't think that we have. Trying to cheer ourselves up before the end, the hiker theme is just the way to do it. Victory Road! I'll test myself by fighting against you to see if I'm ready to climb it! Doesn't care about climbing to the top, just cares about climbing to the top of the mountain. Victory Road, it is really amazing. That's the road to the Pokémon League. That's generally how the world works. Ooh, I don't need to fight you. TM05 Roar. That is a lower priority move that forces your opponent into switching out. Why they're giving this after Dragon Tail actually kind of makes sense because Dragon Tail isn't learned by nearly as many Pokemon as Roar is. So I am learning to not question things before I think about them. Took me long enough. Gonna switch Terabite into the lead, lowest member of our team, and let's have a fight against a veteran. See if we can have it. Oh. Oh. A Duskstone. If you're looking to evolve your Lampan into Chandelure, there you are. That's what I just said. That's what happens when there's only one Pokemon that evolves during it and they want to make helpful tooltips. I get made very obsolete. All right, that was kind of funny. I wanted to have at least one more tough battle. Okay, we can have two more tough battles. Grab a full restore right there. And hello, Hatsune Miku. Hey, my Pokemon are great. Look. I don't care. I will keep comparing her to that because it's kind of uncanny, the resemblance. Maybe not when you actually get into battle, but on the field, yes. Ooh, Sawsbuck! All right. We fought some Deerlings. We have not fought a Sawsbuck in battle, however, and I've wanted to fight one because not only is it yet again one of my favorite Pokemon of this bunch, I want to talk about its name because it is cleverness given form. First off, it is based on a Sawbuck because its antlers are actually made of wood and not made of bone-like material. However, it goes a step further than that. The reason why it's Sawsbuck and not Sawbuck is because summer, autumn, winter, spring. Isn't that cool? When I learned that for the first time, it instantly became one of the most clever names for any Pokemon and introduced in a generation of naming Pokemon Sawk and Thundurus and Electric where they're just phonetically words. They must have poured all their creativity into that one name because that's amazing. Easily one of my favorite names of any Pokemon ever. I just had to share it because that's a great piece of trivia. Moxie made me able to take you out without any trouble. And we took out Cheyenne. Arg! I'm sure there's some song where Hatsune Miku is a pirate. I am called an ace trainer, but that doesn't sit well with me. Just because I love Pokemon, I want to be strong. Sounded like a fairly pirate-like thing to say. Let's heal up. Let's heal up real quick. Pour some lemonade on the boy. Pour some lemonade on the girl while we're at it. And throw the container in the proper receptacle. Moving right along. I'm hoping this will be a tough one. I've seen a lot of trainers. You seem to have the same aura I felt from strong trainers. Show me what you got. A team of 3. Oh, wow. This is kind of funny. I was waiting to talk about Beartic a little bit. After having some enlightening experiences, what the freezer fur just happened? I don't think Beartic is really all that bad anymore. Don't get me wrong. I still don't think it's that great of a Pokemon. It is very disappointing how slow it is while being a pure ice type and not being the tankiest thing in the world, but when it's not taking super effective damage, it can take a hit decently well. That's a competitively viable move used with same type attack bonus and a pretty decent attack stat backing it, and it still took it and was able to hit me with a good move like Rock Slide. It does learn pretty good moves, even if it doesn't get Waterfall, and yeah, I still wouldn't highly recommend it or anything, but it hasn't been quite as bad as I remembered it being, so I'll at least give it that. But now that I've thrown it that one bone, I have to meet my daily quota of Beartic shade by pointing out that if you remove its arms and legs, it's totally a white Dorito. Just saying! Plus, Cubchoo sucks and is still helpless at the levels that it's caught at. Uh-oh. Might be getting my come up. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, good. I like being a bulky water. Gonna go for one more Surf on the Seismitoad. I'm sure those of you that have played TCG have a very deep-seated hatred for Seismitoad, and I just want to say that I'm right there with you. One time I was in a game with a little kid who kept locking me down with Seismitoad GX. Aqua Tail! That's inaccurate. Yeah, kind of inaccurate. Higher power than Waterfall. I'm going to keep Waterfall for the accuracy. Not that I could even delete it right now anyway, but you know what I mean. But I remember that first experience fighting a Seismitoad GX. Or Seismitoad EX, sorry. I was fighting this little kid who kept locking me down with it, and every time he did it, like he was self-aware, he kept going, "Don't you hate me? Don't you think I'm annoying?" And I'm like, and he kept saying it in that tone, and I'm just like, I am trying to be so nice to you because you're a kid, and I don't want to be that jerk who is mean to kids, who is playing his competitive game of choice. I don't want to be that guy, but it was so hard to keep a straight face, so hard to be a good sport, and I vented hardcore to my friends when I came out of that duel. The worst part was I didn't even get to see the conclusion of it because it timed over and we were more or less even by the end of it, so I don't know which way it would have gotten. I didn't get the satisfaction of beating him. It was a draw. It was so frustrating. You get right back out there, Miss Ottawa, and you take care of this guy. I know he's an old man, but maybe I can view it as catharsis for the last time I had a hard battle against a Seismitoad trainer. Exactly! Your aura is exactly what I felt. You have abundant kindness as well as strength. Hey, I try when fighting Seismitoad trainers. Better than what most people say about today's youth. With that, we have reached the badge check gates of Victory Road. Might have had a loss against Charon, but I think our team's coming together and we have motivation to train up as much as we can before the end. Next time on Pokemon Black and White, into Victory Road we go. See you guys then.